Packers are moving on.
The Cowboys host the Packers on Sunday in a rematch of their classic playoff game back in January. Eric Dickerson is back with us.
Well, classic in one way.
Well, we've been talking about it for a while. So.
Y'all made a comeback, okay?
Yeah.
Mason Crossbar. Eric, who wins on Sunday?
You know, Joy, this is going to kill me. This hurt me so bad. But I'm going to have to go.
Yes. It's a wipeout.
5-20. What's the best game the Cowboys have played this year? The first game of the year.
That's debatable. Yeah.
The first game of the year.
First half against the Rams. I'll take that.
No. The best game they played all year was against the New York Giants.
Yeah.
Why did they play well against the New York Giants?
Because Eli was so bad. There was
anyway. Come on, Skip. You know they wanted to beat him. They wanted revenge. They wanted revenge. They beat him twice last year.
No,
okay. The Packers are coming back to Dallas.
They are.
Don't you think the same thing?
Yeah.
They want to beat the Packers. They want to show they can beat the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the best way to beat the Packers, we think, is what? Keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline.
Yeah.
What's the best Cowboys defense? Give that ball to Zeke. When you say feed him, let him run it 30 times.
Literally or figuratively?
Both, I guess. Let him run that football about 30 times. Keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline and wear that defense down. That Packers defense is not that good. Really, who does Aaron Rodgers have? What's his weapons? Thank you. I rest my case.
He's got lots of weapons.
Which ones?
But he says he's going to go.
Who, Montgomery?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lil Jones. He'll be all right. I mean, because Aaron Rodgers was watching film. He would say he was watching a Denver game, Trevor Siemian.
but
you know, you get good barbecue. Good barbecue. Like,
I still got to go with the Cowboys.
Hey, Skip, they give you the white. You go. Have you been to a barbecue restaurant lately?
I grew up
in a barbecue restaurant. Oklahoma. I grew up in a barbecue restaurant.
Well, we'll see back then, Skip. Good. For me, open the wet wipes till I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm God. That's Aaron Rodgers looking. He's like, Trevor Siemian did that. Jerry Goff did that. Hey, he's like, Jordy, come here. Look at that.
Look at this.
They say Cooper Kupp called him a couple of tubs against this team. Aaron Rodgers will go for 400. Aaron Rodgers go for 400. 35. See, I got opposite. 35-24 pack. Aaron Rodgers is going to be FedEx Air Player of the Week, too. 400.
What you think, Skip? Houdini, what you got?
Houdini. I want to make something clear about how painful this is for me. And I'm not exaggerating this. I despise all things Green Bay Packers. I am old enough to go back to being a Cowboy fan for the Ice Bowl. Do you know what the Ice Bowl was back in 1967? When my Cowboys were forced to play a championship game at Lambeau Field in -40 wind chill. On a day not fit for humans or beasts outside. They were forced to play a whole game, and they just got robbed at the end because it was so icy nobody could get a grip, and it's a quarterback sneak to win the game over Jerry Kramer by Bart Starr. And I was just a kid, but it just tore me apart. And then I'm definitely 14 season up at Lambeau. Robbed again. This was
got
a catch.
robbed, and I
that, that was a
that
catch.
was a robbery.
See?
That was a catch.
There we go.
That was a catch.
And the game, they would have won that game if, in fact, that was the biggest robbery overturn I've ever seen. Because he caught it, he made a football move, he tries to slam the ball left-handed on the goal line the way everybody else would, a running back would, and you're saying you didn't control it to the. You're kidding
Was
me.
that a bigger overturn than the tuck?
No,
okay.
I'll give you the talk, but I'm just saying that happened at Lambeau Field. And then those 2 field goals, the luckiest 2 field goals I've ever seen, happened just last year at Jerry World, and it just tore my guts out. I just sat there watching the field goal, and every time I see a replay,
What's the kicker's name?
Mason Crossbar. You know it?
Cross.
Huh?
Stop calling that man out his name.
Seriously, you play golf. When you duck hook a golf ball,
It hit a tree and
left-handed,
bounce back sometimes.
It does not bounce
Sometimes
back.
hit the tree and bounce back.
Well, it might hit a tree. Are there any trees in Jerry World? Because that must have hit
Snow post.
an imaginary tree, an invisible tree. Really? There's no wind in Jerry World, so it somehow blew back inside the upright by the hand of God pushing
You're
it
right.
back
There's
in.
no wind in
Yeah.
Jerry's world. W-I-N
Yeah.
for the Cowboys.
And I'm not a big fan of Aaron Rodgers because I think he's the all-time diva quarterback, and he's thin-skinned, and he shows up his receivers too much. And I don't like a lot of things about Aaron Rodgers, but I do respect his talent. And I told this man earlier in this show that new ad for State Farm that we see on TV with Aaron Rodgers joyriding in his truck with his dog, then playing Frisbee on the beach, that's exactly what we're going to see at Jerry World. This is wrong place, wrong time for the Cowboys you actually think are going to win. Jerry World. No interceptions against a defense that, once again, it appears will be without their quarterback, their leader, their driving force, Sean Lee. And you can't win without Sean Lee because they're just not good enough. They're not coordinated enough. They're playing too many kids. And they do get David Irving, their best rusher, back. But what shape will he be in after he was suspended for the first 4 games?
Might be in good shape.
Good shape,
keep
like
in mind,
too good a shape?
The Cowboys, they do have pride. And I keep saying, I'll say this again. The best way to beat a top-notch quarterback is keep him on the sideline. Now, we've said over and over that Zeke is the best running back in football. They have the best offensive line. They don't have the offensive line is not the best right now, but this offensive line can dominate the Packers' defensive line. They can run the football. They can run that ball 30 to 35 times and keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline.
What evidence do I have of that so far through the first 4 games? Not much.
You know what? Even when they played the Rams, they should have kept giving Zeke the ball. When you carried the ball 21 times, in Denver, it was a little different. That was a good old whooping. The first week, he carried it 20 times to 104.
Okay, but in the second half,
you still got to get that back.
Okay, but there were 3 straight first down carries in the second half. After the first series, it was the second, third, and fourth series of the second half. He goes 0, 2, and 1 yards on first down, and all of a sudden, Dak.
They've got a bunch of journeymen. This is going to be
They do look better than they were last year. I will give you that.
A little bit better. But now, to me, the Packers are not a real 3-1. Well, they're 3-1 because of one player, Aaron Rodgers. You take Aaron Rodgers away from that team, they're probably 0-3.
Yeah. But seriously, my offensive line, the best in football, has been nothing but offensive the whole year. They have gotten their butts kicked. Like, shockingly, at Denver, that was a mismatch. The second half against your Rams, again, a front 7 with 5 first-round picks.
There you go.
They got their butts kicked by the Rams. So how are they going to dominate the Packers?
How many points did they score against the Rams? Our defense. 30.
Yeah,
30
they scored
points.
24
30.
in the first half.
30 points.
But it should have been. But if y'all instead of kicking field goals, y'all got them tubs.
Yeah.
It'd be 54 to 30.
But we didn't. That's the thing.
But y'all got that W.
Minutes to my 11 minutes.
Well, we got a defense and offensive line now.
Okay, you got
some
it.
receivers and a young quarterback.
Seattle's going to put you right back in your place.
Why don't you side with ED? Go on over there.
I'm surprised Houdini. I mean, you always get that. Got a little.
I don't have any Houdini.
Come
I've been
on,
honest.
Skip.
I'm always
Go
on. I
with it.
told you the Rams are going to be a trap game.
You said, but you gave you see a way out of that game too. No, I'm not sure they might. I'm just scared a little bit.
Sometimes I come in here and say, "Watch this," and it happens.
Watch this. The Cowboys. The Cowboys gonna win.
I felt good about them going to Lambeau last year. I felt good about that game. And by the way, Dak badly outplayed, just magnificently outplayed Aaron
Rodgers. I
Rodgers.
felt better about the Packers going to Jerry's World in the playoffs because they had never been there before. You know what they do.
Did you feel good at 28-all and 31-all?
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers.
I felt the Packers win that game, but I feel
you like
Cowboys gonna win
in a playoff game. You taking Aaron Rodgers or Dak Prescott?
I'm taking Dak Prescott.
Okay, you
in a
going
playoff
home.
game.
Well, both of y'all going
and it's
early
going to happen
vacation.
again. I hope it happens this year because I will be all on Dak if the rematch happens.
Too bad you're not going.
So
to
you're
the
not
playoffs.
going to go with them this game? You're not going.
I am not. In fact, I have no idea what he's going to pick before the show, and I picked exactly the same score he picked. I got 35-24. Aaron.
Not No, get that straight. I'm
You
not.
kind of got cowboy colors
come
on. You got
Come
the
on,
silver.
Look at that-
Joy.
look at that
Come
tie.
on, Joy. Come on, Joy.
I bet you got a Cowboy
Listen,
helmet. You traded the Cowboy helmet.
I got
Pro
my
Bowl
jersey.
jersey.
No, I don't have a Cowboy helmet.
'Cause there wasn't nobody
I
going
can't
to-
put that in the house. Can't put that in the house.
Was any Cowboys going to the Pro Bowl when you back in the
Yeah,
80s?
there's some Cowboys.
Oh,
Randy White. I'm dating myself.
you played against Randy went to the Pro Bowl with you?
Yeah, Randy went to the Pro Bowl. I'm dating myself. Golly.
Well, I know he went to the Pro Bowl, but I'm
Eric,
saying.
thanks for joining us. How will Cam Newton play on Sunday in Detroit? We'll discuss that next.